What's going on, baby? This is Manuel Godoy, your boy, and we're having a great time today because we're going to be talking about the Black Sands anime updates, man. We gotta have some updates. So I'm gonna get some time in here to go and let it open up. But in the meantime, hit that like button if you're here right now. And also tell me what state you're representing. We gotta do a shout out for all the states that are representing Black Sands and the countries. We got some UK people around here too. So we're doing pretty good too. Last since we had that meeting, we pushed a lot. We pushed a hell of a lot. So we're doing pretty good right now. Let's see. Let me go and get this all prepared for everybody. Boom. All right. Yeah, so look at that right there. So far we actually pushed to 1.366. So the last time we had a meeting, I think we were at like 129. So we went up by about close to $70,000 to $80,000. That's pretty impressive, huh? So I'm pretty excited about that, man. That definitely is pretty amazing. Let's see what we got here. What's up? Okay, we got UK in the house. So we got some people from the UK, man. California. A lot of people from South Carolina. I always see South Carolina up in here. So I'm pretty excited about that. We're doing good right now. So we actually got a whole bunch of new content that we want to show you today. All right, new content. So this is the kind of stuff that I actually am pretty proud of, right? Because I get to see and you get to see some new renders about what's going on with the Black Sands anime, right? Like for real, like you know how long it's been for me to actually finally see some like actual show like style of how it's going to be made. So being able to see that today is going to be pretty cool. Additionally, we also need to recap on what happened last week, right? So a lot of people who might not have been here last week, we want to recap on that. Mainly that that we got Michael Jai White, right? So we got Michael Jai White, and we got him in the studio last week. So if you haven't seen it, you can go on my social media pages like Instagram, TikTok or whatever, and you can actually see some of the takes that Michael Jai White did for Raw, and he killed that role, man. He killed it. So I know for a fact when we go on the show, we're gonna have an amazing time with Michael Jai White. Um, as far as what's going on with the anime, we got 12 days left. We got 12 days left to make it. Me personally, I think we're going to be able to do it, right? Because we got a lot of content coming out over the next 2 weeks anyway. And we got a lot of announcements, a lot of pictures, a lot of images, lots of everything. So we're going to have a lot of content, and hopefully social media doesn't block us or shadow ban us so that we can push as many people to the campaign as possible in these last 12 days, right? We got 12 left. There's nothing left after this, 12 days. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, we also have a whole bunch of other amazing updates that are also going to be happening. So let's break it down, right? Currently, we're going to be looking at the Black Sand style build deck. So what happens is there's a deck that's created for the show, right? And it's specifically made for like the team that's making the animations. All right. So that's what we're supposed to be like looking at as far as like the style of the characters, what they're doing, their actions, the scenes, yada yada yada. All right. So we have 3 episodes that's going to be the movie, right? Episode 1, 2, and 3. What we have right now is the full style build deck of the first episode. All right. So that's all the characters in the first episode, the locations in the first episode, and a couple of like in scene renders as well, just so you can see how they move, how they feel, the lighting of the show, and everything else. And then you guys are going to give me a review. So every time I show you a new page, I need you to give me a review in the comment section so I know what the hell you think about what we're doing, okay? And please share this with your friends. All right, text it to them right now. Text this live stream to your friends so they know about Black Sands, because a lot of times we just don't know what's going on with Black Sands. And then at the end of the day, they missed their opportunity, right? We got 12 days left, and then that's it. No more opportunities. So let's go and I do see a question here from Prince Green. So I will address this one just because he looks like Elon Musk, right? So it's probably somebody who's a troll, but I'll look at it anyway. So so I have been waiting years for this. I supported the original content. Now it seems like the project is vaporware. When is the show coming out? All I ever see is Kickstarter forever. Well, unfortunately, a lot of people put on digital blackface in order to look like there's somebody who actually is a part of our community. But anybody who's actually invested in Black Sands and who's been around Black Sands for the last couple of years, they know. Get out. Thank you. They know that we've been doing ridiculous amount of content. I think we made like 70 books. We made 70 books in Black Sands, right? We also made the BSP Comics app. We launched that one in 2021, right? And it lasted for about 2 years. That was a really good run. We had like freaking 650 chapters on the BSP Comics app, right? And we've been doing trailers for potential anime for years, right? We're like, hey, we would like to have an anime one day. And then we got a deal in the middle of 2023 with Carl Reed in order to make the Black Sands official anime. And that round began, I'd say, in October. So it's pretty well documented on what's been going on with Black Sands. A lot of people show up for absolutely no reason other than to watch an anime, and they don't pay attention to the fact that we're a book publishing company. Like, we publish books. That's what we do, right? So when we make 70 different books, they go and say, you haven't done nothing in years. You haven't done a thing in years, right? Because all they do is take their, information from Twitter or something like that. So that's just the way it is. At the end of the day, people are ridiculously uninformed. They don't even use Google, right? But that's okay. We've been doing the thing for years, and that's why we're still successful. Now, what we're going to be doing is going into the deck, and we're going to be looking at the style build for episode 1 of Black Sands. Yep. Well, I don't care. Thank you. Now let's move on. So let's see here. Let me grab the screen for that so we can see it. Oh, here we go. Boom. So don't worry about this style guide thing. Don't worry about that. That doesn't really matter, right? The style guide thing. This logo is not going to be the logo of the Black Sands anime because we're going to keep the same logo that we do in the comics, right? It's kind of our brand. So, but we're going to use this now for our style guide because this is the team making their system for their internal files. We're going to be doing that. So let's go through it, right? And let me go and pull this over a bit so I can see all your comments as I'm going through the deck. All right. So let's see here. Put me at the bottom too. I don't want to be all up in the way. All right. So let's see. Let's do this. Boom. All right. And is there any way I can make this bigger? Let me see. Can I make this bigger? Maybe I can. Oh, there we go. Boom. All right. That looks better. That looks better. All right. Let's do this. So first of all, characters. All right. So we're going to be going through the characters of the Black Sands anime. I hope you guys are excited about this, right? So just let you know, like I said, make sure to review everything, okay? Do not leave me hanging on your reviews. I want to hear your ideas and your advice on characters. So first up, Ausar. This is Ausar from the Black Sands anime. This is how he's going to look. Now, he's a lot older in the anime. Actually, all the characters are a little bit older in the anime than they are in the comics. Really, it's the age that they're supposed to be in the comics, right? So when I started Black Sands, they were a lot younger because I thought we were dealing with a much younger audience. But as I saw that the audience was more mature, I wanted to age them up a bit. You kind of see that from chapter 1 of Black Sands to like chapter 6. You start noticing that the characters are a little bit older than they were in chapter 1. That's just me trying to like fix the issues with the age ranges at the beginning of the show, right? So what we're doing is in the actual anime, we're bringing them up to the age they're supposed to be, right? So Ausar, even though he's ripped right now, right? He's like 15 years old. He's not that old. In this anime, he's not that old, but he looks ripped as hell, right? And I think that's pretty cool. So what do you guys think of Ausar right now as far as like the look and feel of him? Give me some feedback. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this. And then I'll move on to the next character. We also got some facial expressions as well here too. So let's see here. We got these, I can see all these facial expressions. They're going through all this style guide stuff. This is for the animators, so they know that how he's supposed to express himself in combat and just talking in general. Someone said, I like the fact that you are making them older. You are making them realistic. Yeah, they're a little bit older than they used to be, man. Someone said he looks like he's going to be throwing hands. Yeah. That's the reality of it, right? He don't look 15. Yeah, I'll be honest with you though, it's because he's so jacked. If he wasn't so jacked, he probably looked 15, right? Because he's just jacked, man. You don't really see. If you ever watch like go to if you go to Alabama football games, right? So let's say you go to Alabama like high school games and you see him like a freshman in football, them kids are jacked. You ever seen like some of them like 15-year-olds from Alabama and Mississippi who are like live in the gym? They live in the gym because they play football. Them cats are jacked. Them cats are jacked. They 15. They young as hell, but they jacked. And that's the kind of vibe you get with Ausar, right? Ausar is about that life. So you know. Yeah, right. Southern athletes are unreal. Oh yeah, we about to move on to them too. We about to move on to those characters as well. Someone said it's something in the food. Actually, I don't think it's something in the food. I think it's just the fact that they have a completely different mentality in the South. In the South, there's like sports is everything, and football is freaking everything. Like these guys get like personal trainers and they bulk up all summer. They do it on purpose because it's like football is their life in the South. Like football is literally life in the South. So, you know, it's a completely different thing, man. You know, you think it looks like Castlevania? That's interesting. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. So let's go to our next character, Auset. All right, so this is Auset. She's the youngest of the group too. So she's the youngest character of the group as far as like the kids are concerned, right? And this is her design as far as like what she's looking at, what she's going on. And I think we have some renders of her actual scenes too, right? So this is like her vibe, her look, her facial expressions, and this is like some of the scenes. Let me see if I can take my banner off for a second. I'll take my banner off so you can see it. Right. So yeah, that's kind of like the vibe of how you're gonna see her in the show. So please, feedback. Let's talk about Auset. What's the feedback here? Why you say she looks 16? Ain't no way in hell you think that's a 16-year-old. Ain't no way you think that's a 16-year-old, man. She's so small. Come on, man. Y'all are aging them up in your minds, man. I don't know how the heck y'all think she's 16, 17 years old. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But man, I can't get mad about nobody, man. I can't get mad at nobody, man. That's just the way you see it. That's just the way it is, right? Let's see here. She looks ready for a fight. Yeah, she really isn't though. It's kind of like that's the funny thing about it, right? So someone said she looks ready for a fight, and I'm laughing at that because I'm like, Auset's one of the least like conflict interested characters out of the group, right? So this is more their team, their internal team, just trying to show action, right? They don't really care about lore when they're making these images, right? They're just showing like how combat will look. She's actually like one of the most shy characters when it comes to like conflict and combat. So this is pretty funny because like that's exact opposite of her actual character. But hey, it's cool though. It looks beautiful. She looks more like a healer. That's pretty interesting. And I would consider her more of a support. I would, yeah. Someone said she looked 14. Auset needs to look like the baby of the family, have a baby pie face. A baby pie face? She has a baby pie face. Let me go look back. Let me look back at it. Let me see. I don't know, man. That look like a little kid, man. That look like a little kid. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't think she looked that old, man. Y'all throwing me off with this 17, 18 stuff. Does any character have their hair locked? In all honesty, Offset does, right? We just don't animate it because that's a lot of money wasted. It's a lot of money wasted to do any locking or dreads or stuff like that. So you just show a real thick, weighty hair, right? And that's it. You put a cuff at the end, and that's it. You know, she's supposed to have cuffs at the end of her thing. One of these images doesn't have that for whatever reason. They forgot to animate it. But if you look at the top right, right? If you look at the one right here, this one, this is the way it's supposed to be rendered, right? This is the one that's the way it's supposed to be rendered, which is with the lock at the end, right? It's a thick lock at the end with a gold cuff that holds it together, right? This one also right here, that one. So let me go and hide this real quick. Boom, that one right there. You see how they have like the cuffs at the end of the hair, right? So it's very important that it's like it's locked, right? And it's heavy. So it's not going to be blowing in the wind. It's very heavy hair. You know what I mean? So yeah. Okay, let's keep it moving. Next character. Nehbet. Nehbet. Right? So she's also in the group right there, right? And she got a lot of she's just stylish as hell, right? So she's one of the characters who's like one of the more cool person characters in the show, right? If you want cool factor, Nehbet is probably going to be one of your coolest characters. And her voice actress is absolutely incredible. She killed the lines, bro. She killed the lines. So you're gonna be loving Nehbet. Nehbet might be number one girl for everybody for like a billion years. Like she's gangster. She got style and flair. So I think she's gonna be incredible. And you gotta do it right. Let's see. Let me see if I got some other shots too. So we got this right here. Here's her facial expressions of how she talks, how she looks, how she smiles, and everything else. Can you imagine these shots? Can you imagine these shots right here rendered? How beautiful that will look in the freaking anime to see like those kind of like visual like head angle turns to like the screen. I think that's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I mean that's what I believe. This is going to be. Oh, someone said I like the color scheme of her dress. That's her dress, man. She's been that color scheme for a billion years too. That's just her style, man. That's always been her style. I think they kind of missed the mark a bit on the hair, but we'll fix that. I'll fix that because me and Hydrus, we've been working on her for a long time. So what they're doing is they kind of like curved it up. It's not supposed to be curved out. It's supposed to look exactly like you see the headdresses, right? Remember the old headdresses for Egyptians, right? And what I did was I made basically the concept of that big headdress that you see on queens, right? I made that visual and made her hair exactly like that. So it's big and it's wide and it doesn't like curve in or anything at the top. So this just needs to be fixed. We'll make sure to fix it, right? But it should look like like the headdress that people wear later on, like thousands of years later. You know what I mean? Let's see. Do you have a soundbite of Nehbet? I don't, but we should have it out soon. You know, I was there during their sessions, so I heard her do all her voice acting. But hey, who knows? I might be able to get her up here for like a quick interview or something. You know, soon. Right? I'll go and reach out to her, and I'll see if she wants to say something about it, and she can go in there. Right? Yeah, we got Michael Jai White, man. He's killing it. All right, let's keep it moving. Oh yeah, I think we got some images of her. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So here's some of the actual shots of like what you would see in the anime. You know. So think about shots like this where like she's roasting the hell out of Ausar right now, and she's the one character who constantly roasts Ausar. Like she goes all in on belittling Ausar every opportunity she can because she just got that mouth, man. She's gonna roast people, right? So she's a hell of a fun character, you know, girl power, all that good stuff. And you know, I think these are going to just I think she's gonna do damage, man. I think she's gonna be one of those characters. Let's see. Let's keep it moving now. Our boy Seth. Our boy Seth. Now you see he ain't as jacked as Ausar, man. As a matter of fact, what I'm thinking about doing is I might make him even skinnier. We'll see. But you know, he shouldn't be. He's a very skinny kid, you know. So I think that we're probably gonna make him a little skinnier, right? Because we do want him to be like more of a taller, skinnier character. But right now, this is kind of what we're looking at here. You know what I mean? I think it looks pretty cool though, regardless. You know, because every character in Black Sands has a completely unique style. Right? We don't have generic styles for our characters. In almost every Egyptian story, they have the same generic design for every character. And we're not doing that in Black Sands. So for him, he kind of looks like a politician or something. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the vibe. Now, I think Alex is trolling me at this point. I think Alex is trolling me at this point, bro. I'm about to straight silence you, man. You trolling me at this point. 19 to 20? I'm about to show you an adult character. What is going on here? Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to fix all that. We're going to fix all that right there. What do you say? His skin condition doesn't seem as profound as in the comic. Yeah, we got to fix that. We got to fix that. For whatever reason, they thought that this is supposed to be like lighter skin, and it's not. It's completely white, right? So because it's completely white, it needs to be very different. You know what I mean? So we're gonna make sure that's fixed because it's supposed to be very white. You know. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's some of the facial expressions and stuff like that as far as like how we're going to be doing him. Yeah, he gets a couple of moments to shine in these episodes, especially episode 3. Episode 3, he has a really crazy scene that we were almost going to cut. We were almost going to cut the scene because of budgeting concerns. It was too much action in episode 3, and we were very concerned about the budgeting. So we went out there and I put it almost on a chopping block. I said, but this is like Seth's moment to shine. So you guys got to make a decision on this. I'm not going to cut it, even though I know it can be cut. It wouldn't affect the story much if it was cut. But y'all got to make a decision on this because this is his moment. Like this is one of his moments. So you got to tell me what you won't do, man. What you won't do. Eventually, we kept the scene though, so you're gonna see it. You're gonna know what it is, man. It's hot. It's hot. Let's see. Will his skin be more spotted? It was better in the comics, basically. Better in the comics. Yeah, we're probably gonna use like some digital effect to lay it on as opposed to drawing it. Like we don't want to draw it. The reality is this: we don't want to draw his facial condition. We want to kind of have like a map that we could just lay on him whenever we need to. You know what I mean? Because it does need to be designed. It does need to be. It can't be clean lines, right? So this is more of them like cutting corners right now to get this style guide done, right? But the reality is that it has to be significantly more designed when it comes to him. You know what I mean? So we're gonna make sure that it's definitely like it looks like it's like growing, right? That's kind of the thing about the bumps too. The unevenness of the lines and everything else, it shows that it's growing, almost like an infection, right? Like it's going to grow past his face. Like maybe his whole face will be that way one day. That unease of the lines is what makes you believe that yeah, this is not something that's contained, it's growing, right? So we have to make sure that that's there. All right, so here is Raw. So we got Raw right here. Now that's a grown man. All right, that's a grown man, and he even got the Hanma back, right? He got the he he got the demon back as far as what's goes. So now as far as like his posture, maybe his posture's a little off, so we're gonna go and fix that. But it might just be because this is how they stand when it comes to 3D turnarounds, right? When it comes to turnarounds, they stand a certain way, right? But the dude's the most jacked character by like a mile, right? Raw is a big, big dude, right? Like he's probably the most intimidating out of everybody. Facial expressions, right? Different sheets and stuff like that. And we also got some renders as well. So as you see here, we have some pretty cool ones as far as like how we're going to be seeing Raw in the show, right? Now, someone tell me he looks 16, right? Because we always say the older, the kids look 20, so Raw got to look like 150 or something, based off of that math. Yeah, someone says Raw was better designed in the comics and pre-episodes. Well, first of all, the pre-episodes don't exist. You're talking about the comics because those motion comics were also the comics, right? So, but with that being said, it's not much different. All right, this is just you got to understand this too. This isn't like in the show. This is their style guide, right? So we'll do some adjustments on the style guide to make it hit better, right? But as of right now, right, this is kind of like the look and feel of how things are going to go, right? Me personally, I think his head needs to be a little wider, right? But there isn't that much adjustment. I mean, this shot right here is very close to the vibe you want from Raw, right? That's this shot right here is very close to the vibe you get from Raw. This shot right here is almost directly from the comics. Like this side shot right here is literally exactly how you would have seen it in the comic books, you know? So I don't know, man. I don't understand this question right here. These are hardened warriors. Will battle wound detail be a financial? I have no clue what the heck that means. Yeah, rewrite that question. Let's see. Yeah. Rod's gonna control every scene he's in. Period. Did y'all hear Michael Jai White? Did y'all hear him? Did y'all hear him? Oh, maybe some of y'all didn't. Let me see if I can pull up that post. Let me see if I can pull up that post. That might help. Let me see. Because I made a post about him specifically. All right. Let me see if this will work. I'm going to share this real quick with you guys so you can hear it. Hopefully you guys can hear it. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Stop. Present. Share screen. Instagram. All right. Let me know if you hear this too.
Allies in the fight, but they can also be threats. There are others like us, wielding the power of the gods. But even this power may mean nothing if he returns. I brought you here to forge you into a god killer. Save yourself. If you succeed, you will have proven yourself a god killer. You must defeat the greatest of my warriors. Congratulations, but you know they watch that. I ain't even gonna get mad. I'm young, black and rich.
Yeah, so he killed that role, you know, and I was always excited about that 100%. You know, it's definitely something that you know, just really bumped me up to you know, be see that in person, to see like going through there and like coaching him through it. Like, nah, Raw says it this way, or this kind of vibe you need to have, you know, and you know, I was just super excited about it when it happened. Oh, these characters are picture perfect. Will visible wounds from battle be shown? Yeah, 100%, 100%. They will, you know. So Ausar is gonna go through it the whole way through all three movies. He's gonna get more bit battered throughout the entire film. You know what I mean? But that's just the way Ausar is. Ausar was always built that way. You know what I mean? So, somebody said I felt my muscles growing from his voice. Y'all funny, man. How did it feel to direct Michael Jai? Yo, in all honesty, man, he don't need much direction, man. You know, sometimes we just have like timing wise, that's kind of the only things that was really instructing was like timing. But for the most part, man, he don't really need much direction. Once we found the voice, once we figured out like what tone he needs to play, you know, it was just locked. You know what I mean? It was locked. It was locked. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Let's move it. Here's Tudi. So we got Tudi right here. So now we're going to characters who are also in here. Tudi will be in there like all the freaking time. So Tudi is definitely going to be very important. And can we go and give a clap to non-generic designs? Like, I don't know about you, man, but I think that's the one thing that I did right in the world was I made all of the Black Sands characters so damn unique. I mean, these designs are freaking fire, man. Fire. Tudi, by the way, this is Eddie Griffin. So this is Eddie Griffin's character. You know what I mean? So I was pretty excited about that. We got plenty of visuals as far as like what's going on with her. Nuit, Mama. This is Mama. All right. So this is Ausar and everybody else, those kids' mama right here. This is Mama. Right. And she a bad mama. She a bad mama. So she don't get to fight in the first episodes, which is unfortunate, right? The first 3 episodes. But yeah, she's 100% the warrior queen. Like she is gangster, you know, and you know, you're gonna hear a couple of amazing lines from her. Deborah Wilson plays her in the anime. you know, and you're definitely gonna see a lot of that in the future. You know, she's gonna kill it. Oh, and by the way, we actually nerfed her a bit as far as like I don't ever think we went too far because it was culturally accurate to make her outfit the way it was in the original comic books, right? But you know, since we're going to the big screen, right? Since we're going to be reaching a lot of audiences that are international and stuff like that, I didn't want her outfit to take away from her potential audience. So we kind of closed things up a bit, right? We closed things up a bit, gave her a little bit more coverage for her skin. Also, they messed up significantly on her design. So I'm going to make sure that they fix it because she's supposed to have tattoos everywhere. She's supposed to have tattoos on her face. She's supposed to have tattoos on her arms and legs, right? Like they missed that. They missed that because they probably weren't paying attention to it, but that's something that they're going to fix. Okay? That's definitely something they're going to fix because they missed all the tattoos that she has. Right. So we gonna get that in. We're gonna make sure that's right. Let's keep going. See, and it's funny because they got him here. That's the funniest part about it. So one member of the team got it right. See, they got the tattoos all over the place. So that's the person on the team who was paying attention. The person on the team who wasn't paying attention did this, right? They did this without any of the tattoos. So this member did the right thing. This member paid attention. The other one did not. But that's all right. We got this. Let's go. Next one, Geb. Dad. Right? So he's not in his armor right now. I don't think he needs to be in his armor personally. He's in his more casual fit, right? But this is his casual fit. This is Dad at home chilling. I think he's a little bit too wide in these shots, so we're gonna have to make him a little thinner, right? He's more of a tall and skinnier character. He's not skinny though. He's ripped, but he's not bulky. He doesn't have bulk to him, right? He kind of has like a Shannon Sharp build. You know what I mean? So Geb has more of a Shannon Sharp build. We need to get him more into a Shannon Sharp vibe. You know what I mean? There's some renders they were doing, some concept shots as far as like what he's supposed to like see and be or in shot or whatever, right? So that's kind of the vibe. Uncle Geb, right? Unk. yo, I bet you when he comes out, man. I bet you when he comes out, they're gonna be talking about Geb and tagging they're gonna be tagging Sharp all day. They're gonna be tagging him every single moment. Like, hey man, I know you were in the movies. I know you were in the movies, bruh. Here's TC Carson's character, Deun. All right, so Deun is the Magi king basically, right? He's super important. He is like super freaking important. He does a lot in these episodes. So he's going to be absolutely critical to the movie. You're going to love it. You're going to love everything about him. And me personally, I think this couldn't possibly be any cooler. Geb should be played by Shannon Sharp. We already got everybody cast, man. We casted 100% of the audience. 100% of the audience of the Black Sands anime has been cast. What do you think of these shots right here? I need some real feedback right now. Give me a whole bunch of feedback, very technical feedback in the comment section, because really I think this is how it's going to be. I think this is literally how it's going to be in the anime, right? A lot of these shots are very accurate to what you're going to see in the anime, right? Especially the only one that isn't is like the fire joint right in the center, this one. So this one's inaccurate. He don't have no magic, right? But every other shot is 100% the vibe of what I expect from the Black Sands anime, right? This is definitely the vibe. This is it. I know the power up was cool as hell, but he ain't got no powers. That's kind of like the vibe of what we kind of want from Magi eyes, right? It's like they peer into your soul, right? They peer into your soul. Wasn't it amazing? Wasn't it amazing when TC Carson did his voices? Because basically what we did was we did a lot of things where he basically is telling a story. And since he's telling a story, like it's like something that a lot of kids would love to hear, like a story told like that. Like you know, like that mystery and horror and everything else. And TC freaking destroyed it, man. He destroyed it. It was one of the most great thing I ever seen. You know what I mean? Let's see what we got further. Oh yeah. Oh, you get dog. When you start seeing the fight between Montu, Geb, and the kids, when you see the fight between Montu, Geb, and the kids, man, I don't think you guys are ready for what's gonna happen in the first 30 minutes of the movie. When you see that fight, this is the fight. This is the episode 4. Episode 4, we are bringing that fight and making it even more badass. Way more badass. That episode fight where it's like Geb, he said Montu, Ausar, and all the kids, y'all ain't ready for what we about to show y'all, man. Y'all ain't ready for it. Done by Jong Yoon. Jong Yoon did stuff in freaking Bleach. He did stuff in freaking all these freaking comic. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Vinland Saga, he did the fight scenes in Vinland Saga season 2. Season 2 had the realistic fight scenes. Season 2 had the realistic fight scenes where people fighting real close quarters. Y'all about to find out. Y'all about to find out, man. Let's see. I think we got some renders for him too. Yeah, there we go. Y'all about to find out, man. Let Montu go and talk to you for a minute. Go ahead and say something to Montu. Go ahead and say something to Montu one time. Tell Montu something to do. One time. Y'all really ain't gonna be ready for this, man. This anime is gonna do banger numbers, man. We're gonna have TikTok memes for days, for years. They're gonna be showing TikTok memes of the Black Sands anime. Like, ain't no way, bro. Then we got right here, we got On Her, right? On Her. Now, On Her is I love that he's so black, right? He's one of the only characters that we made basically ash. Like, he black. He not even like slightly black. He is black, all right? Look at that right there. Tell me this dude ain't freaking a menace already. Tell me this dude ain't a menace immediately from when you see him. Like, and they both gonna be going at it, man. Montu and On Her are gonna take on the kids, man. Remember that line that what's his name said in that video, Michael Jai? You will fight the 2 of my greatest warriors, right? You will fight 2 of my greatest warriors. That's who he talking about. That's what he talking about. Then we have regular Magi. So this is like your regular Magi, your everyday run-of-the-mill Magi. This is how they look right here, right? This is your regular peoples. And then you have fallen Magi. This is like actually like a kind of zombified version of this. We're gonna see this more in episode 2. I'm not gonna go into too much details about this because it does have a lot of lore behind it. We got some extras. So these are like regular people in Egypt, right? Regular cats, regular cats, regular people, regular women, right? Because you got to have an amazing experience, man. So you got to have really cool like side characters and mini characters and stuff. This is for like the ending. The ending, we're going to talk about like other countries. So we're going to have other countries like shown at the very end of the movie, right? So we'll talk about like the Greeks and the Romans and stuff like that, whatever. And then here's some of the scenes. So we got Memphis. This is like Memphis's, outside landscapes and stuff like that. This is more like renders, like AI renders of what we're trying to do, right? So this is kind of like the vibes of where we're going to be, how we're going to be making stuff. The big thing that you need to be paying attention to when you're looking at this is size and scope. So in other words, when we go into a building, you see how big it is. You see the scale of things compared to how like the space, right? So everything's going to feel much bigger than where the characters are going to be, right? The characters are going to be very small compared to the stuff around them. You know what I'm saying? Here's more palace scenes. So this is like kind of like the vibe of how they would be building things, the main roads, the main city, the outside areas, these kind of things. You have your desert scene. So this is a lot of desert. We're gonna have a lot of desert in the second and third episode of Black Sands, right? Second and third episode, we're gonna have a lot of desert. And this is going to be episode 2. Episode 2 is gonna be a horror episode. All right. So if you're wondering about how Black Sands kind of goes from action adventure to horror sometimes, right? It just does that. Black Sands sometimes will go straight into horror. And episode 2 of the movie is basically going to be a horror. It's going to be a horror. It's going to be some really scary stuff going on. If you're a kid, you'll probably get a whole bunch of jump scares and creepy stuff, right? If you're an adult, you'll probably be just fine. But the whole point is, it can get a little creepy. It can get a little creepy in episode 2. The Red Sands is where most of the combat is going to be happening during episode 2, right? Let's see. Someone asked a good question too. Let me see. Will the show use 3D assets for Hyperion or other Celestials? I almost guarantee there'll be some 3D assets used for like Ancients, just because Ancients are big like rock creatures, right? And it's really hard to make those by drawing them. You know what I mean? Too many different parts, too many different pieces. It's best to have a 3D model of that creature as opposed to using like 2D, but you can always cheat it to make it look 2D. Like you can make it look 2D. For instance, almost all of the giants in Attack on Titan were 3D, right? The whole show is shot in 2D, but all of the Titans are 3D because they ain't trying to draw all that. Right? They ain't trying to draw all that. So they're like, I'm just using all these Titans and stuff, running up the arm of the Titan and everything else. They ain't trying to draw all that. They just want to. So they use computer assets. Let's see. So this is one of the cells, like the prison area, stuff like that. The Lost Temple. This shit is creepy, bro. Y'all gonna love this. Y'all gonna love this. This whole scene is nuts. This whole scene is nuts. You're gonna love this scene. And then we got some props, generic props, stuff like that you're probably going to see, right? Tools, bags, whatever, yada, 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 right? And that's that. That is the Black Sands anime. That's the Black Sands anime right there. Now let's go ahead and let's share that screen again one more time. Let's go share the screen for the investment. Boom. All right, so now I'm going to be taking questions from everybody. Please, if you have any questions at all, leave any questions in the comment section. We only got 12 days left. If you look right here, 12 freaking days. It says closing on February 12th. That's the last payday. So if you get paid on that Friday, you better put your whole paycheck in the Black Sands anime by midnight, okay? Because that is the very last day of the Black Sands anime round, man. The last Friday of what's it called, man? It's gonna be huge. Oh, no problem, man. We gotta show updates, right? We gotta be able to show updates. We got. Will this be available for purchase? I don't understand the question. What exactly is the thing you're looking to purchase? Because if you're looking to go to the movie theaters, it's going to be in movie theaters. If you want to buy stock, not stock, but profit sharing, then you need to go to wefunder.com/Black Sands Anime. All right, because that's where it is. It's at wefunder.com/Black Sands Anime. That is where you can invest in the company. And if you want to do it, you should do it now, right? You shouldn't do it when the meeting ends. Do it now and tell us in the comment section how much you invested, right? Also, for anybody who's actually planning on increasing their investments, remember, we changed the perk tiers. So now $5,000 is the gold card. So you remember this gold card right here, right? It used to be 10,000. It used to be 10,000 to be this gold card right here. Now this gold card is $5,000. So a lot of people upgraded already. I've seen a couple of huge upgrades, people that went from 2,000 to 5,000 or 3,000 to 5,000. So a lot of people are getting into that tier. Me personally, if 100 people did that, if 100 people upgraded to the $5,000 tier, we'd be at close to like 1.7 million right now, just from that alone. So if you can do it, if you can do it, because you're gonna get a gold card anyway, you're still gonna get the VIP tickets to the movie premiere, and you just have a bigger share of whatever the heck comes out. If we have profits, right? If we make profits, you're just gonna get a much bigger check. So, if you truly believe in this, right? So then you need to go and up your investment. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Let me go back. Can we get a copy of the PDF? Nope. You can't get a copy of the PDF. I wish I could give it to you, but it is for internal use only. With that being said, this video is here. So you can always go to the video and look at whatever you saw, right? This video is not going to be taken down. So it's permanently here. So you can use that. But as far as like getting the actual copy of it, no, because it needs refinement. It needs to be fixed. You know what I mean? There's certain things in there that were missed that needs to be corrected. Let's see. Let's keep going through it. Will they have scars or other battle effects? Yeah, of course. Of course. Ausar is going to be jacked up. Ausar is going to be jacked up by the time the movie's over. Seth is going to be practically blind by the time the movie's over. Nehbet catches a whole bunch of wounds, like early. It's going to be some issues. People are going to be hurt. People are going to be hurt. Real talk. Let's see what happens if we reach our max due to government restrictions, but it's below 5,000. It depends on how much lower. Like I said, I do make exceptions, right? If the government says you aren't allowed to do a 5,000 because they're just being jerks or whatever, right? There's nothing you can do about that, but just let me know. Say I hit max, man. I can't go any higher. With that being said, make sure to put your household income, all right? So even if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, put your household income. Your max will be increased. All right. Your max will be increased. It's based entirely on your income, how much you make a year. So the higher income, the higher the number. Right. Just make sure that, try to make it real. I mean, when you do taxes, you usually put your spouse on there anyway. You know what I mean? So that's the way you should be doing it here with the investment round. Let's see. Will there be any opportunities for voiceover artists? Nope, not on the anime. Not on the anime. With that being said, the YouTube series, because we actually about to shoot the next 6 episodes of the YouTube comic series over the next couple of months. We have all the voice lines done from that, and that was a competition on Patreon, right? So we had all those voice lines done for that, and now they're going to be going into the story, and they're gonna basically animate everything. So it's gonna be pretty cool. We'll see though. It's probably just waiting until the end of the campaign before you get the everything signed off. So I would just wait. You know what I mean? Like sometimes the contracts don't have all the signatures on it until at the very end of the campaign, right? Where everything's finalized. Let's see. Let's see. Will the movie be available to purchase? Yeah, maybe afterwards. Most likely there'll be some DVDs or something. Hey, Debrin, thank you. Increase to 5K. Appreciate you. Real talk. Yeah, 100% when it comes to like silver, gold, or anything like that, we kind of ran out of cards. So just wait. All right. After the investment round, we're going to do another order of the cards. And then we'll have everybody get their cards. You know, whoever hasn't got their cards yet, and the people who upgraded their cards, they'll be able to order the cards after the investment round is over. You know what I mean? Hey, I don't care if you only invest $250. All I care about is numbers, okay? Really, all I care about is that people are investing. That's all I care about. All right. I don't care if it's 250. I don't care if it's 5,000. All I care about is that I get 30 to 50 new investors every single day. I do that, we're gonna make it. You know what I mean? So numbers, numbers, numbers. We keep getting them numbers in. People gonna do their thing. I don't care who's in, so long as you're in. You know what I mean? So thank you so much for being a part of this. Just the anime, just the anime. So they said the 5,000 tier total is exclusively for the anime, not both. Okay, so just pay attention to it. What is the estimate for the release date? This is actually a very important question. If we fully fund the anime by the end of February, right? So if we hit 2.25 million by the end of February, then yes, we will have, right? We will have the Black Sands anime released by the end of the fall, by the end of the fall of this year, not next year, this year. All right, because we won't have to go to any outside parties to finish funding, right? We could just use like the credit tax credits and everything else to get everything funded, pre-sales, international pre-sales for the movie, right? We can fund everything, no problem, because we already have that huge base to begin with. So it really depends. Now, if we hit like 1.5, right? If we close out at 1.5, then yeah, we're gonna have to delay a lot because we got to start negotiating with third parties like angel investors and stuff like that, and we got to negotiate with them, and that takes a while. Sometimes it takes 3 months or something for a deal. So I really don't want to. I really don't want to wait for to negotiate with anybody. I want us to own everything and then just go straight into production on like in March 15th. I want to be in full production with 100 animators. You know what I mean? So I want to fund everything 100% by us. I want to up my investment. We'll get charged the full when the campaign ends. No, you get charged immediately. Whenever you invest, you're immediately charged. So if you say I want to invest $3,000, they say, what are you going to do? Check, wire transfer, debit card. What are you going to do? But they ask for the money immediately, right? So and you can always get it refunded if you like cancel, like if you want to cancel and stuff like that, you can cancel and they'll refund you. But the whole point is investments that go in immediately. It's not like Kickstarter where they charge you at the very end of the campaign. Completely different platform, completely different system. Will you reach cinemas in the UK? Almost definitely. Most definitely will be in the UK. All right. We're gonna have all the rights to the anime, and they're definitely gonna be selling international rights. So somebody in the UK who does movies is going to pick up the rights for the Black Sands anime, right? I know we're gonna sell rights in South Africa, so South Africa is definitely gonna be showing Black Sands in movie theaters. all across Johannesburg and Cape Town and everywhere else. So definitely expect that, but we're definitely going to be around. How will the anime designs for the characters translate to future comic chapters? I don't think it's going to translate too much. If you look at the recent chapters of Black Sands, right, like chapter 16, chapter 17 of Black Sands, Ausar is a lot older. Well, not a lot older, but a lot more bulky, right? He's a little bit more fit. So all we need is like a little bit of a time skip, right? And then we could be slightly as big as the characters in the anime. You know what I mean? So we can get a little bit of a time skip at the end of season 1 of Black Sands, right? Get a little bit of a time skip, and then he's a little bit more buffer. Boom, right? Fixed everything with a time skip. So that's probably how we're gonna handle that, Will we get any new artwork for the clothing brand on the website? Nope, I don't have a clothing brand on my website. Good question. Will profit sharing be based off of the entire anime or all the first episode to start off with? It's the movie. So whatever the movie is the first 3 episodes. That's it. So all the ticket sales of the first 3 episodes, any streaming services. So let's say Netflix pays us $5 million to show it exclusively on Netflix, right? That money gets split between all the investors. If we get pre-sales or sales in other countries, let's say, China wants to stream Black Sands, right? Or South Korea wants to stream Black Sands, right? All those licensing deals, every single licensing deal they have on that movie will be split by the investors, all right? So once we break even, everything's going to be a profit share from that point on, right? And investors will get 30 to 33% of all proceeds after breaking even, right? There you go. In perpetuity, not short term, in perpetuity. Hey, Edward, thank you. Appreciate you. Let's see. I increased to 2K, but I was wondering if I could still get a bronze Seth card. Yeah, you can make that choice if you want to, right? It's your call. You just like Seth, right? You just like Seth. Yeah, just let me know. Let me know, and I'll give you the link to it. That's not a problem. Willie Washington, appreciate you. You went from 2,500 to 5,000. Big boss. Big boss. Do you have funding going on right now? It's at WeFunder. So WeFunder.com/BlackSandsAnime. If you look at the bottom, it's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. It says WeFunder.com/BlackSandsAnime. Go ahead, check it out yourself right now. Like I said, amazing stuff. You'll be good to go. Let me see. We're doing interviews like Sway in the morning before the movie comes out. Oh, 100%. We're going to have a huge media tour. Before the movie comes out, yeah, we're already doing like some pretty good media recently. Giselle just had a media coverage about 3 days ago, right? So we went on this show 3 days ago, and we raised like $40,000 in 1 day just because of that show. So that was pretty cool. Does revenue gain from showing the movie in international markets count towards our return on investment? Kinda. So this is how it works. They pay a licensing fee. So what happens is another country pays a licensing fee, and when they do that, they basically paid you up front for whatever sales are going to happen, right? If they sell more than what they paid you, right, as far as your share of it, they're most likely not going to tell you. So in other words, it's almost impossible to chase down higher than average expected like sales, right? So whatever check they give you at the beginning is the only check you gonna get. So if they give you like $500,000 for their country, you ain't getting more than $500,000 from their country, right? Most likely, right? So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. With that being said, if it was highly successful, right? If it's highly successful, the next movie you sell to them, you're going to be like, I want 4 million, right? I want 4 million for those rights instead of 500,000. And since they already made a shitload of money, they know that, yeah, that's fair, right? Because they're basing it off of what they did before, so that's how it works. So yeah, you'll get paid off of the licensing, but as far as their actual box office in, like, let's say China, or the box office in Russia or wherever, they're not going to give you that money anyway. They paid you for the license and that's it. They're most likely not going to share in whatever upsell they have. Hey man, you did your job though. I don't care, man. As long as you invested, I appreciate you. Peter Williams, thank you, appreciate you. Giselle Godoy helping everybody out. Giselle always helps people out. 100%. The first thing to ever be successful in life is to find you a loyal wife, all right, or a loyal husband, right, who actually backs you up in what you're doing in life. You know what I mean? Because you never know what's going to work and what's not going to work. But all you know is that if you got a good foundation, you got a good partner, that you can do anything. You can do anything, right? And you can protect yourself from bad situations too, right? Because a lot of times we walk into bad situations because we don't have that voice of reason in our ear, right? We don't have that person saying, this is a dumb idea, right? So you always need that voice of reason, right? And a spouse is always a great person to bring that voice of reason when you're biting off more than you could chew, when you're going a little crazy, right? So shout out to Giselle. She's always been doing her job, doing her thing, right? And we just been doing good. Let's see. Will the premiere be in DC? Yep, most likely. I like DC, so I'm going to most likely pick Washington, DC for the movie premiere. Most likely. Also, that's where all the black wealth is. So if you did not notice, America, like 8 of the top 10 black cities in the country, right? 8 of them are in the DMV. The DMV has like 8 out of the top 10 wealthiest black communities in the country, right? And then the rest of them are also in Maryland. So in other words, right, that really is the black mecca of America. We just don't really talk about it that much, right? But the DMV is where all the happy black people are in America. So there's a vibe over there. A lot of the businesses, almost all the businesses in the community will be like black owned, even though it's a rich community, right? This is a really dope vibe that happens in the DMV. So when we're there, when we're doing our premiere over there, and then we're also hanging out and doing the after party and stuff like that, wouldn't it be great to go to the black shopping center and the black like cafe and what's it called and all these dope places around? Wouldn't that just be an awesome experience to show to not just yourself but to your kids, so they can see like, yeah, we run this place 100%. You know what I mean? So yeah, 100%. I love the DMV area, and I think 100% that we need to go and go there. That's what we're gonna do. Let's see what else. By the way, if you wanted to invest tonight and you're doing it, go ahead and just go right now in the middle of this conversation. You don't have to listen to me the whole time. You just listen to me in the background. I'm just answering everybody's questions because I love good questions. These questions are amazing. So we're gonna keep going through them. Let's see. Oh yeah. So here's the next movie. So the next movie for Black Sands will be after season 1, halfway. So in other words, this is how it works, right? 3-10, 3-10. So 3 episodes, 10 episodes, 3 episodes, 10 episodes. So it's kind of like Demon Slayer. Like, you know how Demon Slayer has a season, and then they have a movie, and then they have another season, and then they have another movie, and the movie's always like part of the season. So it's not like a completely detached movie. The movie is literally canon. It's right, it goes right into the thing. So with us, it's the exact same way. We're going to have movies that are going to be canon, right? They're the actual canon. And the next movie is going to be the first Pharaoh. All right. So if you like Raw, then you're going to absolutely love the next movie. The next movie is about to be Raw, showing you why he's the king. You know what I mean? It's definitely going to be lit. And as always, we're going to be doing the same exact model. But think about it this way. If people are investing now, right, and we could do 1.5 million from our community privately, imagine what happens when we have a box office that hits hard and people actually got checks for 5, 6 times their investment from the last movie. Imagine how quick that investment round is going to go, knowing that people have actually got checks. You know what I mean? So the next investment round might be very, very short, very quick, because the secret's out. You know what I mean? So it will pay for everybody who ever invested in Black Sands to make sure that they're patrons, make sure that they're patron subscribers, because patrons and previous investors will always get early access before the public, 100% of the time, you know? And sometimes that really matters. Like, you know, that public. So just be careful about that. Let's see. We ain't got no music in the anime yet, but we will have music, 100%. I invested in Black Sands Entertainment and Black Sands the anime. What's the difference? The difference is the anime is just a movie. It's just a movie 100%, and it's profit sharing. So whatever you put into the movie, you're going to get a multiple of that in your investment return. All right, so that's different. It's completely separate from Black Sands Entertainment. Black Sands Entertainment is the publishing house that owns the rights to the Black Sands comics, novels, movies, video games, whatever. That's everything that ever comes from the Black Sands. Black Sands Entertainment owns it. Now, the difference is this, right? Let's say the Black Sands anime makes $150 million, right? And the producers get 75 million, right? The producers get 75 million. The investors get 75 million. Boom. We're just using stupid math too. Don't worry about this math. It's completely inaccurate, but I just want to use it in very simple terms, right? So the producers get 75 million. The investors get 75 million, whatever. The producers are Composition Media and Black Sands Entertainment, because Black Sands Entertainment owns 50% of the movie rights. No, 50% of the money. So we split that, right? Now Black Sands Entertainment got $32 million in revenue for the Black Sands anime. Okay? Black Sands Entertainment got $32 million in revenue for the Black Sands anime. The investors got $75 million in revenue for them, right? So they got to figure out how to split every individual investor, but that's a hell of a lot of return on investment, right? Now, when our value for our company at a $40 million valuation was because we did like what, 1.2, $1.3 million in sales in a year, right? That was like really good for a company that makes IP and stuff like that. So we had a really good, strong like valuation, about $40 million. What would our valuation be if we made $32 million on a freaking movie? You know what I mean? What would happen to our value then? If now we've proven that our movies, that our animations, that our licensing and our merchandising is worth tens of millions of dollars now, and most likely will be worth hundreds of millions of dollars in the future. What does that do to the valuation of Black Sands Entertainment as a whole? It probably skyrockets from $40 million to probably $200 million, right? And more importantly, when that valuation skyrockets, what happens to the stock price of the investors, right? It went from $7.17, which is the current stock price. It might go all the way up to freaking like $60, right? They were right at $60. And more importantly, the people who invested when it was a $5 million company back in 2020, they're gonna be like 60x as far as like their value. And most likely will go public. Will probably go public. If the company goes all the way up to like a $200 million valuation because we made absolute ridiculous amount of money, I would 100% go public so that everybody can offload, right? I give you guys an opportunity to offload your stock because once you go public, you can actually sell your shares, right? And you're gonna make a lot of money doing that. And then I'll probably go private in a year or 6 months or something. Like I'll just do it just so people can get their money if they want to get it. But then I'm going private again very quickly, right? Because the hell with the stock market. I don't give a damn about the stock market. I'm only going to do the stock market specifically to go and let people offload. And then I'm going right back into private because I will never let white hedge funds affect the future of black properties, right? I'm never going to let a hedge fund bet against black sands. Oh, I think that this company won't be doing so good next year. Shut the hell up. You don't got an opinion on me. You know what I mean? So that's how it's going to work. But that's the difference. You have to hold the stock until you're able to sell it one day, right? Black Sands Anime, you get your check when the ticket sales come in, right? And then one check every year after that. But you're gonna get your check for the movie sales like within 2 months of the movie dropping, period. Let's see. Does a larger release call for the film to be more violent? I don't think it's more violent than the comics, especially the comics are pretty violent, bro. I don't think the anime is gonna be more violent than the comics. I think it'll be much darker tones, right? I think the anime itself will have much darker moments because we have horror now, right? When it's animated, you can really catch those horror scenes, those dreadful scenes, those cave scenes where it's like it's claustrophobic, right? You can get those moments where you really can't hit those, right? You really can't hit those outside of, what's it called? So that's how I feel about it. So let's see. Keith the Minus, appreciate you, man. 3K, appreciate you. Oh, I love Arendelle. Arendelle's a dope mall. Will the current investors be allowed to invest in the second movie? Yep, 100%. I never leave you guys behind. I never leave you guys behind, man. That's why I didn't take the deal with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart said, you can't use your investors. I'll get you investors. I got great investors. And I said, nah, I got to use my community, man. I can't just stop. I can't be like all these other black creators who get a deal in Hollywood and then forget about the black community forever, right? I can't do it. I don't trust them. First of all, I don't trust them 100%. Second of all, I'm loyal as hell. I'm a very boring dude. I'm loyal. I'm loyal and boring. So what happens is when you're a loyal and boring person, you stick to what works. You stick to what works. You don't try to reinvent the wheel. You just stick to it. And what happens is I know for a fact that my community has always been here for me, so I can care less about my potential market. I can pretend less about what people think about us or what opportunities are available over the hill. I don't care. All I care about is doubling and tripling down on the people that I know and care for. And then, I'll always reap the benefits of that relationship. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on that. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people, me and Michael Jai White were talking about this. We were talking about this specifically. And he said, that's why he said, I did a deep dive on you. He said, I started seeing how you were talking to people. I started seeing how you were going all in. He said, and that's the kind of energy I like to see because there's a lot of people in Hollywood that want to manipulate you. They want you to do things for them or want you to act a certain way or treat people like they're your friends and they ain't your friends. He said, and the fact that you stand that way, that's a great thing. That's somebody I want to work with, somebody who actually, has a stance, has a straight up stance and will not change their stance just because they want you to do a certain thing. You know what I mean? Let's see. Hey, you can't buy shares anymore, man. Black Sands Entertainment ain't taking investors anymore. So it's all anime now. Hey, so I'm done right now. I think we're good. We had a really good conversation. Let's see if this number changed. Did it change? Did it change? Okay, nobody made their moves yet, but we will make our moves after this meeting, correct? So make your moves after this meeting. Make sure to up your investments if you can. Get to that $5,000 mark so you can get that gold card. The gold card is incredible, right? You want to get the gold card 100%. Gold card is where it's at. But any card is actually amazing because we still got this one. Look at this. This is Nehbet, right? Wait a second, right here. Yeah. This is Nehbet right here. Beautiful card. Our boy Seth. Everybody love our boy Seth. Right? So Seth right here. He got his gold. The ruby tier. Auset looking nice and ultra shiny. That metal cards hit different too, man. That metal card stuff is just is amazing, man. So definitely get there, get your cards. Remember, this is clout. This doesn't really do anything. Doesn't really do anything other than the fact that it proves that you were here before we were famous, right? So you have that evidence that, yeah, man, I did it, man. And everybody else was talking game and invested in crypto and losing all their money. But I invested in Black Sands and it became $1 billion IP. And I bought my first house with the Black Sands stock. Right? So make sure to make that investment. Remember, wefunder.com/Black Sands Anime. We absolutely do need you, right? I know I don't like asking for stuff, but at this point, you know, with all the actors that we've done, with the voice acting that they've already done for our company, with the visuals that we just shown you today before the Black Sands anime, what else is there else to prove? You know what I mean? Like really, what else could we possibly show at this point, you know, to prove to people that this is going to happen? We are deep. We are $1 million in this production already. We already spent $1 million. It's gone, right? So now we just want to close it out, man. We want to close it out. And we need your help. We absolutely do need your help 100%. We also need to hopefully get some help from Instagram, the algorithm, right? Hopefully the algorithm releases us and allows us to get new investors. But, you know, we'll try. We'll keep fighting. And tell your family, tell your friends, get them invested, help them invest. Walk them through it, right? Walk them through it. And I think we'll make it. I think we'll make it, man. And if we can't make it, at least we'll get damn close, right? And if we get damn close, it should be very easy to fill the gap, right? The closer we are, the easier it is to fill the gap. The gap is the gap. And once we fill it, we'll be done. We'll literally be sprinting to the finish line. Okay? So thank you guys so much. Appreciate y'all. Black Sands out.